Hi, my name's Christine. I wanted to share a little bit about an experience that I had recently. To give you a little bit of backstory, we travel extensively and we'll often have family and friends saying, "Oh, where are you this time?" And consequently, we decided that we wanted to document the journey. As you do when you're traveling, you want to capture your moments and share it with the people you love. And as time has gone on, we decided that we wanted to explore deeper and potentially look at ways that we could share with a wider audience. As part of that, we decided that we also wanted to have a more connected feel with the wider community, particularly people who provide local produce and create wares in the local community. It's become apparent that some people are not happy with what we're doing, and we genuinely want to share the experience and share a little bit more about what's happening in local communities and help promote small businesses which don't normally have much opportunity to do so because their financial means may be limited, or they don't get the attention from the tourism board because they're not willing to spend a lot of money on the tourism board's fees because they're astronomical. So we've had 3 encounters in as many days where people have been rather ugly, to be honest, about us filming in various locations in the district. And in one instance, I can sort of understand where they're coming from, because one particular lady took the time to share with me what she's experienced. I think it's a really sad thing that's happening because, yes, she's experienced very unpleasant things as a consequence to people breaking and entering and trespassing and causing harm or killing livestock, which I'm sorry to hear that. It's devastating to think that people would do that. But we're coming from a place of love and we want to share the beautiful country that we live in. Unfortunately, not everybody likes the idea of us wanting to share the beauty that is Australia with the world. They don't like tourism. They don't like people coming from the big city and interfering in their backyard. I guess there's a couple of things that have come about for me. I am really sorry to hear that these people have experienced what they have, and I'm really sorry that they've experienced so much anger, because it's not necessary. Not everybody is out to get them, and I get that everybody's got their own programming and they're running through the filters that they've got based on the experiences they have had. I want to encourage you to think about how you engage with people. Be more present, because in my experience, people do not want to cause harm. They generally want to live peacefully and they just want to experience life in harmony. Unfortunately, there will be a few people who are not happy, but we need to remember that we are broadcasting and receiving stations. We are vibrational beings. And so if we don't want to have a certain energy or experience, we can change this. We can just learn to dial into a different frequency, kind of like tuning your radio. You may choose to be angry. You may choose to be venomous, but don't be surprised if you get more of that, because as I said, we are a broadcasting and receiving station, and what you focus on expands. And if what you focus on is negative and anger and harmful to others and all this sort of stuff, that's more, you're going to get more of that. I did say that I experienced 3 encounters in as many days. And so I wonder, based on my first encounter, whether I was attracting more of that. Now, that's not to say that I was angry. I was not. In fact, in a couple of cases, there was a lot of emotion that was bubbling up, and there was trepidation and fear and frustration and disappointment. And I think part of me was probably stewing on the experiences and labouring on it more than I needed to, and so that's potentially brought more of that into my sphere. I want to encourage you that if that's an experience you'd rather avoid, then maybe we need to focus our attention on something that's uplifting and positive and happy and brings a vibrance of joy and lights up the room, rather than potentially bringing fear and concern and so forth. I know for sure by the end of one of the conversations we had with someone who initially was really angry. As far as I'm aware, we were not encroaching on her land, but she was very upset by the idea that we could encroach on her land. We were on public property, and she came to us really like guns blazing. She was not happy at all, and she was spraying at anyone who came up and down the road, even though what was available to view is publicly available. I get that some of what is in that natural area and the natural formations does go onto her property, and I get that some people are not very mindful of the fact that they're trespassing. That is unfortunate. But by the end of the conversation, and she was able to share her experiences about some of the things that had happened, by the end of it she had softened, and I think she understood that we had no intention to cause harm. Unfortunately, she has requested that we do not share this information publicly. The people of this area do not want the public or the travel authorities or anybody other than family, I guess, to know that this beautiful area exists, which is such a shame. But I understand her pain and what she shared with me, and at the same time I think it's really unfair. Out of respect, we have decided that we will not publish the information as she has asked, but I do think it is really sad that so many people will not be able to enjoy the experience that is part of Australia's history. And I mean, we're talking about geological formations which are over 500 million years old that are not able to be shared with the public, and to me that's really sad. I think it's unfair to people. Now, in saying that as well, she did mention that some Indigenous people had tried to claim the geological formations as being part of their history, and I dare say they probably are, and she got venomous about the fact that they don't pay the rates. And look, I understand that that may be true. However, white man came to Australia and they killed a whole bunch of people that were here long before them. It's so incredibly frustrating that white men think that they can just take whatever they want. And look, I come from Africa, and they did it there too. And I'm not saying that they shouldn't be allowed to travel. I certainly travel extensively. I moved from South Africa to New Zealand, and now I live in Australia, and I love to travel and I love to experience new places, but never would I want to cause harm. Unfortunately, back in the 1800s, there are some men and women who thought that it was their right to treat people however they chose to, and I don't agree with that. But I also don't agree with the current stuff that's going on, where I think that we are at a really interesting crossroads, and we need to be very careful about how we do things moving forward. The people of today, yes, they have a history and they have a story, and there's generational pain that is passed down, but we don't live in that world anymore. So why do we hold on to this anger? It didn't happen to us personally, it happened to many generations ago, and if you're going to continue to hold on to that, you're going to attract more of it. If you're going to continue to be angry, you're going to continue to attract more anger. Okay, if that's how you want to live your life, that's fine, that's your journey. And I get that hurt people, but you don't have to live in that world if you don't want to. You can lift yourself up out of it. And that may be hard. That may be incredibly difficult. You may need to consider who you hang with. It's so true that your vibe attracts your tribe. And those people who genuinely care and genuinely love you, they will stand the test of time, and they will continue to be there for you no matter what. And that is one thing that I've found incredibly precious, is that I have got some amazing friends, and I feel so incredibly blessed. When I say your vibe attracts your tribe, I am not joking, because the people that come into our lives really will help in so many areas. I mean, they are stimulating, they are inspiring, they are just such incredible creatures, and I am incredibly grateful to all my friends. So to those of you who know who I am and we have a good relationship, I'm speaking from my heart when I say thank you. Thank you for sticking with me, and thank you for sharing the journey, because you are really important to me. And so, as a broadcasting and receiving station, I wish to broadcast more love and light and joy into the world, and I hope that you will do the same, because the more time we spend meditating and encouraging a positive energy in this world, the less likely we will be allowing negative energies to override and rise up. If what you focus on is positive and love and joy and hope, then we're going to attract more of it. So I encourage you to do more of that. And if meditation is what needs to happen, then let us all embrace meditation, because honestly, we need more love in the world. I think it's really sad that there's so many people out there who are angry and upset and hurting in many ways, and I wish them well. I don't wish them harm in any way. I truly hope that they have a good life, and I hope the same for you. So I'll leave it there. Thanks for listening to my ramblings. I hope you found it beneficial, and like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Hopefully we can help create a better world through our thoughts, our words and our actions. Until next time, have a fabulous day and take care. Bye for now.